here is my Vodafone Smart 2. Now, let's say that this isn't my own personal device, and this is a device I purchased with a budget from my employers, and let's say they give me a budget of £400 for a flashy smartphone, for a new Android maybe, and I've gone out and I've spent £70 instead on the Vodafone Smart 2, and then I've spent the rest of the money on a holiday to Arrecife or something. So anyway, let's have a look at my Vodafone Smart 2, and it's full of stuff. I've got Facebook, I've got me Twitter and all that stuff, I've got all my personal pictures. It is basically my own personal device with a work SIM in it. Now, what we are going to look at today is the 3CX Mobile Device Manager. Now, it is over here on the laptop, and this is basically what your employers might want to use to lock down and track and secure those devices, because a lot of people now, instead of having a BlackBerry or a Pocket PC provided to them by their employers, they're basically getting the bring your own device to work or buy your own device and use that instead, and it hooks into Exchange. Even the £70 Vodafone Smart 2 will hook into your Exchange server, and you can use that for work and company email. Now, what the 3CX Mobile Device Manager allows your company, or you, if you're in charge of the phones, to do is, as you can see by this swirling banner here, it lets you protect the data that is on that device. So you can remotely wipe the device and you can lock the phone just via a text message. Really easy to do. So it's no big deal if that phone gets lost. You can track the device and manage the applications on the device. You can also push out apps to the device as well. So obviously there's a GPS tracking aspect of it, and the fact that you can enforce a strong password policy and you can supervise staff. You can also use the 3CX phone system on it as well. It's really easy to sign up. You just click on the top right hand corner, you get this sign in page here. So anybody can do this. You just choose an account name like Blogs Farming Company, put the username, password and the email address password that you want to use. You sign up, you get a QR code which basically lets you use your device to take a photo of the screen, and that will take you to the relevant mobile app that you need. But it's relatively easy to get in the Google Play Market. You just go to do a search for 3CX Mobile Device Manager, and you can even just do a search for 3CX, and there it is. That's the Mobile Device Manager application. On the phone, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like a great deal. It's just basically saying you're connected. It's going to ask you for one piece of information, and that is your account name that you put in here. So you'd put, the account name that you set up. The only thing that the user themselves can see is the history of the messages that they've received, and you can clear that, and also the applications as well that have been pushed out to them. So other than that, everything is done from this magical 3CX mobile device portal, which I will just fire up for you now in Internet Explorer. And here is the main portal. Now, here you can see I've actually got this device hooked in to the 3CX Mobile Device Manager, and I can see the applications that are installed on that phone. So I can see that they've got Chrome installed and Draw and a free call application, so I can choose to delete one of those if I want remotely. I can remove the Draw application. Obviously, when you do install this application on the user's phone, it's going to want quite a few permissions, and that's obviously because I can remotely control the phone from this panel. So Draw, I can remove that easily just by clicking remove on the top. Now I have to be a bit careful here because it does reveal my location to some degree, so I'm going to click on dashboard over here on the left hand side. If Internet Explorer will let me do that, there we go. Now it's going to show me down here on the bottom panel, and I'm just going to show you a lovely picture here of Special Agent Oso. And now, I don't know whether anybody's seen Special Agent Oso, but it's all part of the plan, as you know. All part of the plan. Now here, and obviously you can zoom in a lot further than this, but here's my devices, and you can see there's actually two on top of each other at the minute because they're here and here, but you can see exactly where they are in the world. You can zoom in and find out more precisely where they are. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to get lots of people knocking at my door asking me for free beer, and I haven't got any. But you can zoom right in, and then you can go to Google Street View. This is all Google, obviously. You can see on the tracking and management tab where the devices have been. You can see historical data from that. You can switch to the satellite view here, or the map view that we've got on here, so you can see exactly where those people are right now. It's a good way of just checking up and basically saying, look Bob, have you made that delivery in Nottingham yet? You can see exactly where he is, so you don't need to make the phone call. So in that respect, it's fantastic. We've got also up here, we can group our devices. So let's have a look. I've got my two devices here. Apologies for this super zoom here. I've got my two devices here. I've got my Samsung Galaxy S2, and I've got the Smart 2 from Vodafone, and I have the username, and I have my phone numbers there, and also what version of the OS they're running. Android version 4 and Android version 2.3.7, and down at the bottom again I've got the location. So we can go to group, and we can group those phones into, say, I've put here, I've put engineers and directors. I can send them a message based on whatever group they're in. I can click on the group in question, and then I can choose messaging and send them a message. I can have a look at the pending phones. These are the ones that haven't registered just yet. They've just basically downloaded the application and put the username in, or the account name should I say, and they're listed on there. So those are the ones that are just about to be added to your device groups. You can see the ones that you've blocked, see the ones that you've deleted. You can also see the messages that you've sent out in the past. You can click on messages. You can see the users that you've got here and the installed apps, which I showed you earlier. And you can have a look at the system, and you can also have a look at your auditing, so you can see what you've done in the past. You've added devices in, you've approved devices. You can have a look at your app repository and the apps that you've got ready to push out to those phones. Now look at the global settings, of which there are many. It is just loading those up now, and these are the global settings for my account. But everything here is done from this one web page. There's no software to install, and the dashboard itself works flawlessly. So that's the mobile device manager from 3C.